Okay, so I'm just outside of the next part of the main quest, so I've made some changes, but you'll see them here now, I guess. Shortly, anyway. Let me get the waypoint before I forget. Okay. So, let's see what's going on.
Just rumors, mostly. The people here speak of a sorcerer who lives in a grand palace beyond the endless sandstorm.
One of these nomads could help us reach it. They know the land better than...
Taisa?
Andaria. I hear her. I need a place to focus. Keep her voice at bay.
Look for a guide. I'll get something to help Taisa clear her mind.
You'll find none fool enough to accept that request here. Give up and stay alive a day longer.
Ha! No chance. Not for all the gold in Chaldean.
Well, this looks like a very wonderful, happy place we're about to go to.
Are you mad? There's a sorcerer living in that storm who will rip your flesh from your bones.
Oh, good.
Wait. What about the old man?
What? Better to ask the dark sorcerer for a quick death. But if you're desperate, he may be the only one crazy enough to agree. He spends his days in a cloud of smoke at the riverbank. It's dangerous there. Be careful.
A cloud of smoke, like literally.
Found a quiet spot where she can focus on controlling Andariel's presence.
Is it safe to leave her here?
Safer than stumbling blind through the desert. At least until we find a reliable guide.
Not too far. So basically I decided to, instead of have all my skills all spread out through the whole tree, I'll just show you right quick. You know, oh, one thing I found, no, that's not the one. Look at that, huh? So, you know, instead of having kind of one in each one of these, I kept my flurry, of course, but I got rid of the trap and the ultimate, and I went with all of the imbues, and it seems to be working out fairly decently. Largely because shortly after I had that done, I decided to give that a shot. I picked up a bunch of really good legendary items that were like basically built around doing it. Like, for example, this one. If I hit a chilled with a shadow imbue, it does damage, more or less. And here's another one. If I hit him, cast an imbue and trigger an imbue explosion around yourself. So I do a little explosion of shadow, poison, and cold. Momentum, that's a really handy one. And here's another one. If something is poisoned, then I hit him with shadow, and again it does basically damage. So seems like the game agrees with me that it might be a good idea to go with all immunity. I managed to do a bunch of fights that there's
I need more time.
Basically enemy bases. I can't think of a freaking word right now in the middle of this fight. And the fights were pretty hard, I must say. And I tried one or two of them before I changed to one. Before I made this change that I got here. Just saying, right? Yeah, so, right then I made the changes and went back to that and managed to do it first try after failing 5-6 times, however long it takes me to give up. This is not the direction I need to go, so I'm going to see if I can avoid some of this fighting.
Every day brings new fools. I'm not the one who's gonna roll their corpses into the river this time. No chance.
Okay.
You'd better turn around and walk out of here, friends.
You talking to me?
Well, can't say I warn you.
Okay, well, he did warn me.
What's that? I'm paid up, leave me be.
We're not here to collect. We need...
Huh? This can't be. Can it? Is that the symbol of the Hora,
Haradrim.
yes, Horadrim. They got killed. Can it be you, old friend? It's me, Mishi.
No. Deckard is gone.
She sounds familiar. I can't remember. He's from the third one, though.
Passing through the sandstorm to the north.
I can't place him.
Yeah, this must have turned you down. Told you some rubbish about a sorcerer, I'll wager. Yeah. Well, what can a sorcerer do to me that time hasn't already? Yes, I'll help. There's an old chapel near there, an auspicious spot to begin a new adventure.
Good. Gather whatever you need. I'll fetch Thaisa and meet you there.
Ha! This is wonderful! Like old times, eh, Deckard?
Good dog. Now where am I up to? Oh, just up there. Not too bad. I've done some side quests and unlocked a few things. Learned a few things, I guess. Here. Ooh, there's Paper Captain. Damn it, you get away from me. Ah, they're so tricky. Where'd he go this way? Let's see if I can catch him before he goes. No, he's gone. God damn it. Ah, they're so tricky sometimes. Oh, and I'm also halfway to 51 here, or sorry, 50 here now, and I think that's the max, like, character level, and then you start getting Paragon points or something like that. So, figured I'd hope that's what happens here now while I'm streaming. Okay, didn't really quite go the wrong way, but mostly sort of. I got another increase in my potions, how many potions I can carry, so I think that was from getting a certain amount of renown in one of the main areas. I can't remember which one. It wasn't the first one I had. That's the one I already had. The first one. Last time I played, I think I had that. Or last time I brought that to me. Oh, look at that face he's doing. Yeah. I, as usual, have kind of gotten away from the traps. As usual. Big, wide open areas always make me think there's going to be a fight.
Ah, you're here. Deckard is inside with your friend.
My friend? Oh, right.
The moment we stepped inside, Andaria grew desperate. But her screams are only a whisper now.
This is holy ground. Her influence will be weaker here.
Well, good.
I am. Up to Taisha, whether she'll join us, though.
Every part of me wants to walk through that storm and draw Elias's blood. But perhaps he is counting on my vengeance to lead me back to him, so he can finish what he started. It is safer for everyone if I stay.
No shame in that. It's the wise choice. We'll bring you his head.
what if he's waiting for us to separate so he can come and get her? I don't know.
Are you? Oh, I hope you've lined your pockets with healing drops. If not, help yourself to the ones I keep on old Isabella here. Storm's going to get worse, too. I can smell it. When it starts to kick up, we'll have to find something to shelter us, or there'll be nothing left of us but bones and stories.
Sounds comfortable. So this is gonna be like a weird escort type quest where I gotta follow. Oh, okay, or not. He's just gonna disappear. Okay.
Just savoring the moment. This is going to be a trek to remember, eh, Descartes? I can't wait!
Good dog. Oh, yeah, so it is going to be kind of a weird escort type thing. Hey, where the camel? What's going on here?
It is the gods favor our journey, friend. Share a drink with me, Descartes. A toast to another life or death adventure.
No, I've had quite enough. It's all yours.
I won't turn down such generosity. Seems it's dying down.
Camel's a healer. I wonder if there's any class that has a heal type build in the game where it is a bit of an MMO. Or at least a multiplayer game, you know. I like playing healers.
I left my pipe back in the chapel. We must go back and get it.
Old man, if you turn your back now, I'll be the first to bury a blade in it.
Bah, fine. But I won't forget this betrayal, Deckard. You know I won't.
Oopsies.
Come on then.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Really just get
Do you remember the smell of the salt air on the ocean? No shade or devil could stand in our way. And all across this world since then, I've seen things you wouldn't believe. But it was never quite the same. Wandering without a direction, it was just waiting.
Aye. It's important to have something to walk towards.
One foot in front of the other, eh, old friend? If we stop walking, we die. Sounds like the winds have called. Stay close. That wasn't half as dangerous as the others made it seem. Look at
your chunk of
this.
experience.
To think such an intriguing place was hidden beyond the storm.
A relic from the old days of Kyrgyzstan, maybe. Lost to time until Elias seized it.
He must hold some treasure, eh?
Mashish, don't move. Don't speak to anyone. There is great danger lurking here.
You've grown fearful in your old age, my friend. But worry not. I will stay put.
Elias
So,
chose them
spoiler
to
alert for
join his
Diablo
united
3, just in
circle?
case, but yeah, Deckard Cain is dead.
That one in rags will never survive what is to come.
It was Master Elias's hand that brought Lilith to Sanctuary, and it will be his hand that binds a lesser evil to our will. Imagine when we hold that kind of power.
Well, I guess we know we'll be fighting our way out.
Wait!
I haven't seen you before.
We just made it through the storm. By the Mother's grace.
Ah, new disciples. You've come at an auspicious time. Lilith recently graced us with her presence.
She was here?
Oh, it was magnificent. But do not worry. Perhaps Master Elias will give you a glimpse of her through the sightless eye. If he deems you worthy, go inside and present yourself to him.
This is worse than I thought. Elias has the sightless eye. It's ancient magic. He can see anywhere with it. Across time, even.
Oh, goody.
Our flock has grown. Behold the wonders that the Mother has in store for you.
Raise your heads high, champions of Lilith! Never again will we fear demons! They will serve us in the war to come.
Bless me with your power, and whatever you ask of me, it will be done.
Neat.
Go forth and stand in judgment before Master Elias. But show no fear, no hesitation.
Don't worry. We won't.
Shouldn't he, like, be dead already? Wasn't that the plan?
I knew you would come, Laura.
Oh, this is gonna be a brutal fight.
You think I would waste such magic on you? You're still just as narrow-minded as the day I left you. I will put you out of your misery, old man.
This is too easy so far.
This is over. We should find the sightless eye while we still have time. We can't leave it with these fanatics.
Hold on. I see something. Blood petals.
No way is that it. Okay.
Mephisto. Diablo. Bale.
The ruination of sanctuaries and yet you doubt.
Only zealots and fools are completely certain, Mother. If we are to be saved, it will be by your hand.
I have not come to save, but to empower. In my shadow, the strong will oppose the might of hell itself. Let the weak fend for themselves.
Andaria lives. The Horadrim die.
Whatever the cost.
Whatever the cost.
I had another vision. Lilith thinks the prime evils will destroy Sanctuary, and she's empowering people to stand against them.
That's why she and Elias are gathering followers. They're building a bloody army.
The Lords of Hell threaten our existence, and we are doing something about it.
Elias, how are you still alive?
You will never understand what I have done for this world.
I'm not ready yet.
Still haven't quite figured out how or why that happened. Yeah, I sort of figured that out. Seen like +22 stagger or something just flashed up behind it.
We can't keep bashing our heads against him like this. He'll wear us down. We need to escape, but not without the Sightless Eye. If we can take it, that'll rob him of some power at least.
Okay.
In the mountains, the mother and I saw a village. The people, cold and hungry, prayed to a light that would give them no warmth. But in her presence, a new fire was stoked in their hearts. They would never go hungry or feel cold again.
like them. I'd rather fight more than just one at a time. Okay, so go.
Open your heart to her.
Him again.
Embrace your nature.
Never. I'm not ready to give up.
Seems like he has, I don't know, like daddy issues or something.
Unnatural. Some kind of necromancy.
Yeah, you think?
Where did he find this power?
Oh, I don't know. Dude is like best friends with the creator of all of Sanctuary.
She took me
and he's baffled on where he found the power of necromancy. Come on, man. Come on.
And in her eyes, I saw a new world. A paradise where we will live free from the tyranny of the heavens and hell. Ours, we have the strength to make it so. Are you looking for the eye, Laura?
Oh, yeah, here we go. Ah, this is gonna be brutal.
It is too late to stop what Lilith has begun.
Don't know why they're here, but they gotta go, obviously.
You can do better than this, can't you?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm... Come on. Almost made it out of there. So I don't know if this build is going to be like a, you know, if it'll last forever. Most likely gonna find better things in the future, I guess. but it seems to be really good so far. It hasn't, like... If the energy wasn't like a bit of a problem on long fights, that would solve like a lot of the issue that this build would have. And I have no doubt there's things that would make the same build even work a bit better, right? Besides the energy. So... That wasn't so bad. Not bad. Okay.
Here it is. The Sightless Eye. Mashif can help us get the artifact far from this place. But we need to hurry before Elias returns. That opening over there is our best chance of escape.
Okay. Excuse me while I just take a quick look around here. Okay, never mind. Oh yeah, I'm coming.
Put pressure here. We need to stop the bleeding.
Oh, good.
It seems I've lost a step in my old age, eh, Dekata?
No.
Hey, you made it. Did you kill that sorcerer fellow?
Don't talk.
Couple of times.
The storm was broken. We'll get you out of it.
Oh, it's a shame. I got mine. Just a hair too late. Sneaky devil poked me in the back. Skewered like a quill rat. So it goes.
Aye. So it goes.
Oh, isn't Mashif the one who rode the cart out of New Tristram?
I'm taking the Sightless Eye. We need a safe place to study it. Use it against them. We'll meet at the Desert Chapel. Go.
Did you kill him?
More than once, in fact. Trouble is, he won't stay dead.
He is more powerful than I thought. I underestimated him.
So did I. But we took something important from him, at least. The sightless eye. I think he was using it to commune with Lilith from afar.
A powerful piece of magic.
And dangerous. Perhaps we can use it to our advantage. Give me some time to study it. The prime evils were reforming. Hell was coming. But Elias was not the answer to anyone's prayers. If you want to take the measure of someone, you judge them by their deeds, not their words. Simple as that. Elias preached of saving the world, while standing atop a mountain of corpses. Then there was the Wanderer. Everything Elias was not. Tainted by Lilith's blood, and yet able to resist her corruption. That was what I witnessed in the Wanderer's deeds. And that was when I started to think that perhaps together, we could keep the evil at bay. Must have been gruesome in that cult of his.
No more gruesome than the rest of Sanctuary's underbelly.
Oh, I completed Act 3. Cool. Alright then.
I can shut out Andariel's whispers most of the time, but not always.
Better a whisper than having her walk the world again. Andariel is part of Lilith and Elias's plan. But how? What do we know so far?
Lilith made a deal with Astaroth.
A demon who served her father. Interesting choice of ally.
And she has a key to hell.
A place where she's seen as a traitor. So why would she go? And is she already there? We need answers. Elias used the sightless eye to contact Lilith. Perhaps it can help us. Bring it here, will you? It's risky, but we haven't got a choice. When you're ready, picture Lilith in your mind and gaze into the eye.
Whoa.
My father's essence is reforming.
How do you know?
I feel it. Like 1,000 old wounds ripped open again. He's still weak. Vulnerable. I must strike before he can resist.
Make his power yours. The other lords will.
What happened?
She saw me.
She knows we're looking for her. Only a matter of time before she comes after us.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean?
Mephisto is reforming. And Lilith aims to take his power while he is still weak.
So, that's what you've been preparing for. All right, old man. Think.
drink!
If she takes Mephisto's power, she'll become like a prime evil herself. She'll be able to conquer hell and sanctuary alike. I've an idea how to stop her. But for it to work, we'll need the help of an old ally. Deliver this message to Donan. He'll have gone to Kyovashad for guidance.
Almost to 50. Donan at the Cathedral Light. Where is that? Oh, right, he said back to here.
After everything brushed aside. Good news for once, I hope.
It's from Lorath.
Wonderful. So, Lars. Liz. Entering hell. It's Soulstone. What? Is he serious?
What does it say?
He didn't tell you? No, of course not. That would require some basic degree of consideration. It's written in our code. He sent a plan. Though calling it that is generous. He wants to imprison Lilith with my Soulstone. The one that held Astaroth.
Can it work?
Certainly not. The stone needs to be attuned first. And he will need an expert for that.
Lorath thinks that expert is you.
Then he is even more foolish than I thought. Go to the Horadric vault, will you? I'll dig up what he needs. You can deliver it. And maybe then you'll leave me alone. Hold on. Did Lorath offer you his horse for the journey? No, wait. What am I thinking? Of course not. I'm old friends with the stable master in town. Tell him I sent you, and he'll offer you a steed.
Hey, check it out. I'm about to get a horse. Yay! My first mount. Now, I think I got a mount for getting the pre-order, so we'll see. I just simply can't remember what you get for the pre-order. I got the basic one too, so I don't even know.
Don't know. Ah. Now there is a good man. A champion of the faith. Not like that old crank you were with earlier. What was his name? Lorfam? Morath? Doesn't matter. I know Donan's been through some hard times of late, so I'm happy to help him however I can. Take one of my steeds, free of charge.
Oh wow, look at that. Okay, all characters. Spell requirements. Call by pressing that. I'm on to press. Speed, pass through enemies, okie doke. Ha! You can be scared, okay. Cool, and it's customizable. Oh, more experience. Oh, I'm so close. I'm so close. Yeah, light bearer. So let me just select. No, I don't need to. Okay. Yeah. Oh, right. I guess I got this too. Need no trophy.
Take care, traveler.
Yay! Whoa! Okay, that was quick. She sort of jumps right up there. Ha! I got a horsey. Hope I feel snazzy. So we'll follow the road. Oh wait, maybe I can just hop on over here. First something dungeon becomes available in World Tier 2. I kind of missed what it said. Oops, sorry, I need to get... Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to get used to that.
I can't do that here.
Can't do that here. I was just trying to run fast. Won't let me do it there, apparently. Already past where I need to go. Oh, that's handy too. I can... Rah! Look at that. Okay, and... Okay, and... Yeah, you're handy. But look at all the stuff I would have been picking up. And all the experience I'm missing from my killing stuff. Oh no. Maybe later. Maybe to get around town, I guess? We'll see.
Haven't even gone in yet. We have an intruder.
Oh, of course we do.
It's not like that. She's but a child.
You brought a child? Here?
It was she who brought me, actually.
Watch where you swing that staff. It's not a toy.
Who is he?
He once lived in this vault. The one you're trespassing in. Explain yourself.
I'm a student, conducting research on the Harajrem. What's left of you all, anyway?
A student, huh? You have a teacher? Don't tell me Loreth has taken another apprentice.
I don't need a teacher to study. Lilith threatens Sanctuary as we speak. I need to prepare for that. With or without help.
You? Against Lilith?
Not bad.
Well, I came to get my things. I pray they were free from your meddling. I used to be like that girl. Had more dreams than I knew what to do with. Let me unseal this. Beat him.
Okay, clear desk.
The stone will need to be attuned to Lilith before Lorath marches up to her. It won't hold her well otherwise. I put together some notes on the process before I left.
Okay, so we killed some bats.
The old workshop. Lorath, Elias, and I would spend days on end cooped up in here. Experimenting. Debating. Nothing to hold us back but our own imaginations. And how much of each other we could tolerate.
Forgive my familiarity as I write. Harsh words better tell the tale of hard times. Maybe the end of those times nears. Our leader, the Archangel Tyrael, led us to this vault before setting off on a task of his own. He's entrusted me to lead in his place. The rebirth of the Heradric Order is up to the few of us who remain.
First things first, Lorath will need my notes. Soulstone magic is treacherous, even in the most skilled hands. Damn spiders.
Oh, look at that. It's not bad if I was a type who had barriers.
Lilith hails from her father's domain. Hatred. That's the essence Lorath will need for the attunement.
Okay.
I kept a map. Somewhere. Here. All the places Mephisto's hatred yet lingers. There's just one last thing.
Let's boogie.
bet Lorath still wears his. The Order's mission was his lifeblood. I couldn't give up my life for it. Not like him. I wanted to be a man. I left to chase family, fellowship, glory.
And for what?
You saw how that ended. My son. I can't do it. It wouldn't work anyway.
Donan.
You don't understand. The stuff soul stones are made of, they're old as the eternal conflict itself. With magic so primordial, you need faith. You need spirit. I have none.
What you lack in faith, you have in allies.
Who? You?
Yes. You're the only one who can help us.
Unfortunately, you may be right. I can't make any promises. Really. But I can try. For you too? I'll try. Let's hear what the old man has to say.
Okie dokie. Back to the study.
The prime evils may be subdued, but they can never be ended. Even from their home in the Hells, they can still influence our world, walk it unseen. When weakened, they've been known to take the form of strange animals. A one-eyed owl, a wingless bat, or a wounded wolf.
This place is a treasure trove. Look at this masterpiece! Kalha's beyond the veil of the southern jungles.
You're familiar with Kalha's work?
She's brilliant. One of my favorites.
Mine as well.
Have you read her treatises? Never mind. You can tell me on the road.
On the road?
I'm going to help you. I know the Haradrim's ways. Your magic. Even that coded writing system you use. And don't tell me it's too dangerous. Lilith took my mother. I'll do whatever it takes to stop her.
That's a good speech. Might even convince the man you should be telling it to. Come on. I'm headed to him.
But you're Haradrim. Isn't this your vault?
It was once. Now, I suppose time will tell.
Ha! Yay! I just got an achievement too, or a trophy. Ooh, paragon. Oh, so you don't get the actual last point. Kentucky. Alright. What's going on here? Look at that. Strength requirement, that's cool. Intelligence requirement. That's cool too. What's this? Glyph socket. Okay, I guess those glyphs are those things down there, which I can't see, it seems. Oh, switch to glyphs. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Well, there's a lot to do and a lot to get. So, where shall I go? What does this say? Paragon starting node. Debug. Dex or strength or dex? Dex. Heals allow you to attach additional paragon boards. What's going on here? Okay, well, I got my point, so... Right. Carry on. Is there anything like Paragon points where in the third one, like each individual point doesn't really do much of a difference? So... You realize in the Forsaken Chapel. Okay. Isn't it here? No, it's back here. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Still got a fair bit of room left. The scorpion's chasing me. He's chasing me. I wonder how long he'll go. Oh my goodness, he's gonna get me. No, he's gone. I have a horse. I'm going the wrong direction. Okay, that just has a duration. It's like an ability, basically. Oh wow! Oh, okay, wow! Oh wow! All right, calm down. Look at all the arrows. I don't. All right. Okay. I wonder if that ability that I just did, if that's based on your mount. Probably is,
You were
hey.
right to call upon me, you know. Soul stones are no trifle.
There's the Dolan I remember.
I need air.
Oh, damn. There she goes, the cause trouble.
I'm still muddy on the details of this plan.
The bones are there. Lilith aims to take Mephisto's power for herself. Before she can reach him, we use the Soul Stone on her.
That's
Preparing the stone
big.
will take time we don't have. Why don't we fight her?
Who among us? You. Her corrupted blood still runs in your veins. No. Fighting her kind is always a last resort. Even if you could defeat her, she'd eventually come back. But a smarter weapon, the stone, would be up to the challenge.
Soul stones usually fail, given enough time. It might not work.
You can make it work. There's no one I trust more to do it.
The wind is picking up. I can't see her. Taisa!
I'll find her.
See that sort of coming, hey.
You're fumbling in the eye. Let me write to your little cat.
You! If you hurt her...
Hurt her! I elevated her!
Quite literally.
The runes inked into her skin form a waypoint. She is a beacon across realms!
Get her out of here!
It matters not. Her part is done. Your part is done too. Savor your breath.
God damn it.
What?
Oh, he's just walking off. Okay. Called it. Just saying it. Called it. Oh, defeat. What the? Okay. Wasn't expecting that. that stagger bar on her goes down, huh? Okay. Goes up by a very small amount. That they're dropping one thing, it usually means they're gonna start something else, right? Man, I didn't stagger her once yet this fight. And I mean, if it keeps going the way it is, I don't think I will. So, one thing I've sort of noticed, other than the armor rating, it almost seems like the level of your equipment doesn't matter too much, at least. No. Not for a point, like I would imagine like you wouldn't want to be level 45 with level 2 equipment, but like I've been using the majority of the same gear for the last like probably 8 levels. I was really expecting it to be Koro and Daryl, man. Oh, look at the fancy boots. That was what, 70-something thousand experience? And I got a little tiny little bit of experience. Oh, not good. Alright, before I go in there, let me check out these new booties. Armor, yeah, I already knew that, okay. That's not bad. I'd keep it if it didn't unlock a new look. So, well, same thing with this one. But like, I sort of like my setup right now, so I'm not really looking to change it much. So I figured I'd take the chance to salvage, salvage some legendary equipment.
What happened out there?
I just killed Dario.
Bloody hell. We finished the ritual from the volcano then.
Elias. That's the man who summoned Lilith. You're saying he summoned a lesser evil too?
Keep up, girl. Is Andariel gone?
Yes.
And Elias?
He fled.
Before going to the steps, Elias came to Hauser, took something that wasn't his. It That's why I'm hunting him. I have a friend in Hawza who has mastered the art of immortality. She might know his secret. Let me take you to her.
I thought we were after Lilith, not Elias.
Finding him may lead to her.
And while we look for him, you'll have time to work on the stone. That's what you wanted, isn't it?
Ah, damn it, I'll bite. On one of those rare occasions you gave me good advice. You said the answers you need are often in the place you least want to look.
It was you who said that.
Ah, you're right. Let's get the horses ready.
Listen, I didn't mention it earlier, but you did well. You stood against Andari, a lesser evil, and lived. That's no ordinary feat. But don't let it go to your head. The arrogance and foolhardy never last long in Hawza. I wonder what old Deckard Cain would have written in his chronicles if he had seen us. Two old friends reunited. New allies eager to learn from our vast knowledge. Bound as one against the encroaching darkness, like the Haradrim of old. They were probably lost and bitter, just like us. But Cain had a gift for seeing the good in people. One thing was certain, at least. Lilith meant to devour Mephisto and claim his power as her own. Had that been her goal all along? Not sanctuary, but a bid to reign in hell. And Elias, the damned fool, was too blind to see it. Perhaps we weren't perfect, but we knew we had to make a stand. We were the world's only hope.
Alright, where do we... Oh, it's just right there. Dang. Okay, let's go down and meet everybody. Just got 100 and something thousand, and it was still like a little tiny little bit. Oh man. Okay. Oh, I just wanted to see my equipment now. Require level 44. At least it was a good bit higher. Like, the required level on these legendary boots was level 40. Like, it seems very low. Probably another city. Okay, the horse isn't... Well, that wasn't too bad, I guess. I was just hung up on a piece of something. What's that down here? Oh, I think it's one of those chests that require a key. Gotta go all the way around to get it, I suppose. I guess I should. Yes, I will. Of course I will. Oh, just a regular chest. Oh, well, I got some life speed too. The mouth is neat. Yeah, it's nothing. It's good. Ah, I can still harvest stuff. That's good. Oh, and you can break stuff too. Ah, that's good too.
I'm not ready yet.
Haha, nice. Ooh, and it's just a straight up ruby. That's the highest level gem. Oh no, never mind. I thought that was higher then. Oh, it might be though. No, it's what I got already. Or had already anyway.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Whoops.
You were a student of Elias's, Thaisa?
I was hunting Elias. Pretending to study with him was useful to me.
Okay, what did I get here? Leading to an enemy inflicted by Shadow Loot grants stealth. Okay. Breaking stealth grants more life I kill for 4 seconds. Yeah, okay. It's not awesome possum, but not bad. What am I currently wearing? Oh, yeah. These are like super good. I can't. Oh, wait, what the? Never mind. Anyway. I guess I can get rid of those. Okay, I think actually I'm going to stop right here. Because I was going to be stopping soon anyway, and then the next time I do it now, I'm in a very easy spot to just come right here and just pick it up. Because I can just use the waypoint to come in and walk right on down. So, alright, that's it for today. Thanks guys.